Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone of Ruel, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel, and the one third that's destined for salvation. To you, I say Shalom. Alright, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just want to touch on the topic of the Texas situation and the abnormal weather they're having there. I'm gonna bring out a couple of minutes of this woman speaking about what's going on there from her perspective, because she's actually in Dallas. And Salakia for any folly you see on the ads on the over here, especially this one. Um, I like to view YouTube in incognito mode. I don't like to give them too much data, you know, but it is what it is. Because once you click a video outside of the truth on YouTube, the algorithms play, and then that's all you see is random videos when you're scrolling up and down in it. So I don't like seeing that. So I like to anything outside of the truth. I like to view it in incognito mode compared to regular mode. But anyway, back to the topic. Yeah, let me just start playing this video. All right, I've got some scriptures to back up what this sister's talking about from what's going on in Texas from her point of view. So without further ado, let's get it.
Be more grateful. So I'm here to tell you what's going on in Texas. This is an update, and I need y'all to share this long and wide, okay? We have been without power in Texas. Our power is being controlled by Epcot. I believe that's the name, ERCOT. Our power is being controlled. So everybody's lights is not out in Texas. Houston, Dallas, everybody's lights are not out in Texas. But
Yeah, that's right, man. I believe I read somewhere that or I seen a video of a Edomite posted on TikTok saying the people power that's out. If you look at the zip codes for who has the most blackouts in Texas, are the poorest neighborhoods, right? And who lives in the poorest neighborhood is Jake's. So if everybody's power is not out, some people has power, but mostly Jake doesn't have power. That means Esau and other nations have power, and that's actually kind of spiritual because they do have the power now, but they're not gonna have the power for long. All right. Let me go to Psalm 73 and verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued as other men. Salakia, neither are they plagued like other men. And Esau is not plagued, man. They're not plagued like other men, right? And the little bit of adversity and trials they go through, they can't handle it. They lash out. They shoot up schools. They kill themselves. They do wild things, man. They can't handle adversity. They can't handle pressure. All right, and you gotta think too. If this was like this wouldn't happen in a mostly Edomite state like Utah or Colorado, right? Because they're not in trouble as other men. These Jake out here, man, they're going through it, man. They're going through it, and I believe this is what weather manipulation, right? Of this storm in Texas, because the freezing point of water is 32 degrees. So anything above 32 degrees, the water won't freeze, right? So I think it's been 40, 50 degrees this past week in Texas. So the snow should have melted in Texas, right? The snow should have melted. There should be less ice on the roads. But it's still there. The snow is still there because I seen videos of people actually taking snowballs and putting them to fire, actual flames of fire, and the snow wouldn't melt. It'll just turn black with soot. I seen videos of people take a bowl and put a plastic bowl, put snow in a plastic bowl from Texas, put the bowl in the microwave. As soon as they click start on the microwave, within 2 seconds they'll start sparking up like those aluminum in the microwave. But one of the things they use to manipulate the weather are the chemtrails, right? You look up in the sky, you see this plane flying by with a white trail coming out of it, and if the white trail stays there, it's just gonna turn wider and wider. Those are chemtrails, and what those chemtrails have in them, one of the ingredients of chemtrails is aluminum. All right, and when you microwave aluminum, it sparks up. But yeah, this is the hand of Esau, man. You Jakes gotta realize how devilish Esau is, man. How wicked he is, right? But he's been set up that way to punish you, right? You Jakes in Texas are going through judgment right now, right? You wouldn't turn to the Most High, so he's unleashed Esau on us, man. And now you're going through it. Now you're on here begging, crying, pleading for help instead of turning to the Most High, and you're going through it. But even if you turn to the Most High now, without repenting, or without being sorry for your sins, and without following the law, statutes, and commandments, he's not going to hear your prayer, right? And the book of Proverbs proves that. Slakia. This is one of my favorite scriptures, man. Proverbs 1 is one of my favorite scriptures, I should say. But Proverbs 28:9, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. And that's right, man. So if we go to chapter 1, and what's going to happen to people that pray without following the law, statutes, and commandments, without fearing the Most High. All right, Proverbs 1:28. I'll start at 20. I'll start at 26. I'll start at 25. Salakia. You know what? I'll start at 24. Salakia. Proverbs 1:24. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. The Most High has been calling you. All right, you see the brothers on the highways and byways. You scroll past the videos, right? You scroll past the memes and the TikToks talking about the truth, man. That's the Most High calling you, man. I've stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have said, "Are not all my counsel, and would none of my reproof." All right. When brothers try to reprove you in love, you scoff and start cursing brothers. You leave with hate, right? The brothers aren't cursing you. Reproving you. This is the Most High. We use the Bible to build our nation up. All right. But you guys like being in a low state, man. You guys like being servants. That's what it is. That's why the book of Jeremiah says, "Is Israel a homeborn slave? Why is he so spoiled, man?" It's like Jake loves to be in captivity, man. All right, verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And that's a scary thing, man. These people in Texas are going through it. I can't even lie, man, but it's judgment. This is the judgment of the Lord, man. This is the judgment of the Lord, man. He is not something to play with, man. He really isn't. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, right? So once you realize what the things he's capable of, the things that he has done, the things that he will do, you'll be terrified of falling in this man's hands. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right, but let me continue on this.
But they have randomly selected who is going to be without lights and who will. We have been 5 days without lights. No, we don't come from the poor community. No, we are not, receiving handouts or any of that. Not to say that there's nothing wrong with those who do, but we are not. We stay in a middle class area. We are paying hundreds of dollars every month for people from Encore and Epcot.
Let me just pause her right there, because the middle class is technically poor too. They're not in poverty, but a lot of the middle class, most middle class people are living paycheck to paycheck, and that is poor, right? If one paycheck could throw you in a hole and set you back, that is poor, man. If you're not the 1%, if you're not the elite, you're not wealthy. You're not rich, man.
to come out and read our meters. Okay, so there should be no reason why we would have been without power for 5 days. Okay, there is no gas here. They are trying to kill us, y'all. I need y'all to share this. Long, strong, and wide. They are trying to kill us.
Yes, they are trying to kill you. The so-called white man has been trying to kill you since the day you were born, Jake. If you read Genesis 25, we were fighting in the womb. Alright, there was 2 nations in the womb. Jacob and Esau. Israel and Esau, right? And what happened is we were not meant to get along. We're not meant to get along. They were literally made. They're made to punish us. They're gonna be served. All right, Salakia. They are made to serve us. Truthfully, truth be told, all the other nations and Esau were made to serve the Israelites. Right? Just like there's a top of the food chain. There's a king of the animal kingdom. There is also the king of the so-called human species, right? Israelites are the ruler, were meant to be the rulers of the planet. But since we disobeyed the law, statutes, and commandments of our God, since we broke the covenant, He put other nations above us, and these are the people that's trying to kill us. She is right. Let me get Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Alright? If they're selecting your neighborhoods to shut off the power, shut off the gas, right? Contaminate the water. That's the sword. That's part of the sword. Anything that could be used to kill you would be the sword, right? People are freezing to death in Texas. That's part of the sword. They're freezing to death by weather that was manipulated. Weather manipulation is the sword, right? The sword was what Esau was blessed with. All right. Now, who's Esau going to use that sword against, man? Who do people use their swords against? They use their swords against their enemies, right? And like I said, we've been fighting since the womb. Esau is trying to kill Jakes out there in Texas. Esau did kill all the Native Americans on this land. Esau is the one that is the mass murderer, man. Verse 6, therefore as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? Esau has a infatuation with blood, man. Their elites drink it, right? They eat it. Even the lower class ones eat their meat raw, right? You can type in YouTube of people eating meat raw. They got festivals and holidays in Wisconsin and other states. I believe it's Wisconsin where they eat raw meat, right? That's who we dealing with, man. We got people that eat raw meat above us, man. And you Jakes is comfortable in this society like that, man. This is why you're going through this judgment, right? The Most High is going to make this place so uncomfortable that you will be forced to turn to Him. And that's what's happening, man. But you still refuse to turn, man. You still refuse to turn to the Most High, man. You still looking to Esau for help. Asking for hands out and donations, man.
We don't have food. The shelves are empty. The restaurants don't have trucks delivering food.
Yep. And that's part of the prophecies too, man. If we go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, talking about they don't have food and the stores are empty. That's part of the end, man. That's the description of the beginning of the end, or the end is here. All right. If we go to 6 and 9, 2nd Esdras chapter 6 verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. Esau ruled the world up till now. I mean, Jacob were in rule during the Dark Ages and times before that. But right now it's Esau's time to rule. And the scripture says Esau is the end of the world. So after his rulership is Jacob's rulership is next. China's not taking over next. Russia's not taking over next. North Korea's not taking over next. No. This is it. And when Jacob's rulership is gonna last forever, because it's gonna be led by Yahweh Shai, man. But let me go to verse 22. And suddenly the Slakia, 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Alright? Slakia. Now you have no food, no water, no heat. You can't stay in your houses because pipes are bursting. Which I really don't understand why pipes are bursting, but it's judgment, man. Let me continue on this.
To them, and some of them are not even allowed to be open because of the power usage that they will use. Okay, so we have that problem. We also have the water problem now, you guys. The water is contaminated because the power went out and the pipes are frozen, and so now we have contaminated water. We have contaminated water. We don't have water in the stores on the shelves. We have contaminated water now, okay? So that's another issue. We don't have...
This is vexing because it's hard seeing Jake go through it. But this is judgment, man. Esau took away their power, their electricity, their gas, right? The natural gas. And also a lot of gas stations are running out of gas. The stores are out of food. The stores are out of water. If it wasn't cold, pretty soon people will be out there killing each other for supplies and necessities, right? This is this might be a test run for what's coming next, because you got to remember, on the campaign trail, Biden kept talking about a dark winter. I believe he mentioned it 3 times. And now it's winter now, and it's dark in Texas because the power's out. All right. Now, they could manipulate the weather again to say, "Oh, a storm is coming," and knocks out the central power grid and takes it out for everybody in Babylon. Right. Then what will happen?
Have gas for those that have left the comfort of their homes, or the coldness, the freezing climax of their homes, to sit in their cars to try to get a little bit warm. Now we don't have gas. There's a gas shortage. Why? Because trucks are not being allowed to come in here. We cannot receive blankets or anything from people wanting to just donate blankets. We cannot receive those things. Why? Because they have been told that they cannot deliver here in Dallas, Texas. That's where I'm reporting from, and in Houston as well.
I ain't gonna lie. To be honest, if I was in that situation and Esau came knocking on my door with blankets, I wouldn't take that shit. I wouldn't take it. Because what happened to the natives when they gave them blankets, right? And the smallpox broke out and killed them. Esau is a master swordsman. And I'm not talking about a fencing artist. All right? I'm talking about he's a master serial killer, man. He's nice with it, man. He's nice at death, man. Since thou hast not hated blood and blood pursued thee, man. They don't hate blood, alright? They're nice with it. They'll kill you without physically killing you, right? They don't have to put a gun to your head to kill you. They just put a needle in your arms to kill you, right? They could just contaminate your water to kill you, right? They could contaminate your education system and your entertainment system and your celebrities to make them push poison and have you kill each other. Esau is nice with it, man. But you guys keep running to him instead of running to the Most High. And this is what's happening.
Okay? So we have that issue. We don't know what day our lights are going to come back on. They're saying that they don't know what day our lights are going to come back on. So we have that issue. So now we don't have water. We don't have power. We are still freezing. Snow is still frozen on the ground. So we are still freezing. We don't have food.
Snow is still frozen on the ground. In Dallas, Texas. You know what? Let me just look at the weather for the past couple of days. Because water does freeze at 32. Right now, it is 47 degrees in Dallas, right? It can't snow in 47 degrees. It shouldn't snow in 47 degrees, I should say. It's like, can I go back to the past? Tomorrow's going to be 56. Let me go to monthly. Maybe I pick a day in the past. Alright. Sunday's gonna be 60 in Dallas. And the low of 33. So there should be no snow by Monday. The snow should be absolutely gone by Monday. But the snow is not melting. Alright, so Salaki, I was wrong. Today's the 20th. And it just turned 40 degrees today. So that's why the snow is still there. Alright. Salakia. Yeah, I'm in Fahrenheit. All right, Salakia. I was wrong on that. But still, even on Friday, it was 40 degrees. The snow should have started melting, and I believe she recorded a video on Friday. All right, and today it hit 47. All right, so yeah, so by Monday it should be gone. But let's continue on the video here.
We don't have a way out. How is Ted Cruz on an airplane to Cancun, Mexico, and we can't get out of here? They are ticketing folks that are on the road because the road is dangerous. So how is he able to catch a flight out of here?
Hey, and that's another prophecy right there, man. She wants to leave, or I'm not going to say her, but people want to leave. They want to leave the cold, leave their condition, maybe drive north, or east, out of their situation. Because you don't necessarily have to go to a hotel in Texas, right? Because what's going to happen? Everybody goes to hotels in Texas. They're going to sell out, and the prices are going to skyrise. See, you could take a 3-4 hour trip out of the state if you're going to stay at a hotel anyway and get a cheaper hotel. But they can't do that. They can't do that. Why? Because it's part of prophecy. But Esau could do that. I know they say Ted Cruz is Spanish, but I believe he's an Edomite. Oh, Salakia, wrong one. So yeah, and like I said, they're not in trouble as other men. Second Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's what's happening, right? Because of the pride of Jake, right? That they think they don't need the Most High. They don't think they don't need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Their city is now troubled. Houses are destroyed, literally, man. If the pipe busting in the house, right? You see it on. I seen it in videos, right? The pipe will bust. A lot of houses in Dallas and Houston are 2 stories, so if the pipe busts in between the first and second floor, it's gonna ruin the first and second floor. It's gonna ruin the floor above. It's gonna ruin the ceiling. You see videos of ceilings collapsing. All right, you can't have puddles of water in a house that's below 30 degrees. People are freezing to death, man. Literally, they find people curled up in blankets on their recliners, frozen to death, man. Houses shall be destroyed, and men should be afraid, right? Alright? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. What you're seeing is a test run, man. This isn't nothing. Wait till this is nationwide, man. Wait till a nationwide power outage is out, or wait till nationwide there's no food and water on the shelves. Wait till that's nationwide, right? Wait till it's nationwide there's no gas at the gas stations. People are gonna go crazy, man. And I seen they said a study showed that if the power went out in Babylon for 30 days, if the power went out here in America for 30 days, and 90% of the population would die. And that's not from natural causes. Most of that would be from people killing each other. A lot of that would be the elderly dying off, the people that need medicine and hospitalizations. They'll start dying off. People who get injured during the 30 days, but there's no hospital, no medicine, so they'll get infections and start dying off. People will start dying from hunger and thirst. People will be killing each other. So I believe that at least 70% of the population would die within 30 days in Babylon with no power. Because everybody depends on Esau for everything here. He made it too convenient, right? People don't know how to farm. People don't know how to fish. People don't know how to cook. You can have electricity and gas, and you can still have people out there that do not know how to cook. And cooking is not a female job. Cooking is a thing. Cooking shows that you're able to feed yourself, right? If you can't feed yourself, you're a baby. Babies have to be fed. If you are incapable of feeding yourself, you are a baby.
Okay? They are trying to kill us. No food, the basic essentials. Food, heat, warmth, water. We don't have that gas resource. We don't have that power. We don't have that.
Salak, yeah, she's right. That is the basic essential. Food, clothing, shelter are the basic essentials, man. But now in Texas, they don't have that. All right, 1 Timothy 6:7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But if you don't have clothes to keep you warm, you don't have raiment. If you don't have food to feed yourself, you don't have food. These people are going through it, man. These people are going through it. But were they content with the food and the warmth they did have when they had it? Were they thanking the Most High for the things that they did have? Maybe with their words, but what did the action show?
And I need the news people to know, Good Morning America, all those people that like to broadcast news, I need them to hear it from somebody that's real live and active in the situation and not from what's being reported, because what's being reported is a lie. And for all of those that are going around sharing that FEMA's paying for rooms, when you call that number, it's a porn site. When you call that number, it's a technical, where they help you fix technical issues. So that is a lie. FEMA ain't doing anything. Where is Joe Biden?
They're depending on the strength of Egypt, man. They're asking for Joe Biden. They're asking for the news, Good Morning America. I mean, this lady has to be at least 35, if not over 40, right? It's hard to tell to guess how old Jake is sometimes, because so-called black don't crack, but to believe in the news and being this old, you gotta be a fool, man. To believe in politicians and being this old, you gotta be a fool. You have to be, man.
Where's the president of the United States? And no, this ain't about politics, but you the president. You haven't even addressed it. Where is Kamala Harris? None of them have addressed that people are out here in Texas dying. This is an attack. Okay? There is nothing else other than...
Yes. You are being attacked. Not only in Texas, but across the whole world. This is an attack on all Israelites. And the final weapon of the attack is the mark of the beast. Once they mandate that RFID chip, that's the that's their last line of offense, man. Because once that's out, Yahweh Shai is coming, man. But let me go to Isaiah. Salakia. Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Alright? You asking for Good Morning America, Biden, Kamala Harris, the news people. They're not set up to help you. They are literally set up to destroy you. These are the tools of Esau, man. Deception from the media, deception from their politicians, right? He came out the womb speaking lies, man. And you're calling on them for help? You better call on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. If every Jake in Texas right now was to drop down on their knees, repent, and call upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to deliver them, he would deliver you guys within a day. Because it'll be in the millions, right? But actually, let me get that scripture. But it's not set up to happen that way. That'll upset prophecy. Oh, Salakia. Salakia, let me find this. Actually, it is in chapter 48, but let me go to Psalms 81 instead. Psalms 81:13. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. Alright? He shall soon subdue their enemies and turn my hand against the adversaries. If you're saying you are at war, that means you have enemies. You don't go to war with your friends. Friends become enemies, then you go to war with them. Alright? If you are screaming you are being attacked and you are at war, you're being attacked by your enemies. But at the same time, you're calling upon your enemies for help. This is why this place is called Babylon. This is confusion.
But an attack. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and end the live, and I'm going to start another one so I can show y'all live and direct from here in Dallas. Not what you're hearing on the news, because they lying. They said that they have a right to control who gets power and who doesn't. Who's critical. That's what they say. We're determining who's critical and who's not. We have not had power in 5 days.
They're saying they have a right to determine who gets power and who doesn't, but everybody pays their bills. I couldn't understand if you turn off everybody's power who was behind on their bills, which would still be Jake. That would be more righteous than what they're doing now. Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, but a just weight is his delight. A false balance, right? You're cutting off the power for the poor, but leaving it for the rich. Oh, what's that scripture? Salakia. Let's go to Leviticus. Let's go to the law. It's Leviticus 19 and 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Alright? Now this is the law given to the Israelites, so this is how Israelites are supposed to judge other Israelites, right? But it's still a wicked thing to judge unrighteous judgment, right? It's still a wicked thing to let rich people declare rich people innocent and poor people have to do harsh time, harsh penalties, harsh fines. That's unrighteousness, man. And even the vice versa is unrighteousness. It's unrighteousness to have the poor person be innocent and the rich person be guilty. That's not righteous judgment. If you break the law, you should pay. You should have to be judged based on what the law says the punishment should be, right? If you're a homosexual, you should be put to death. But if you're a gay homosexual, you shouldn't say, oh, he's a gay homosexual, so let him live. No, man. Homosexuality is death, no matter if you're rich or poor. It don't matter if you're rich or poor. You could be the richest man in the world, but if you're a thief, you still have to pay the penalty of a thief, man. But let's go to also Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 8. If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field. And that's wow, that's heavy. Cause the profit of the earth will be what Esau was blessed with, the fatness of the earth, right? But they took it and hoarded it for themselves. The profit of the earth is for everybody, right? Food comes from the earth. The water comes from the earth. Electricity comes from the earth, right? These are renewable resources, right? But they take it from themselves and charge heavy prices for these things, man. Clothing comes from the earth with the cottons and the silks, right? That comes from the earth and animals. But if thou seest, this is the point I wanted to get to, right? Really, verse 8, but just verse 9 is a beautiful scripture. If thou seest the oppression of the poor, right? And right now is what we're seeing in Texas, the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province. And that's literally what we're seeing. Perverting of judgment of who gets power, who gets gas, and who doesn't. But we're not supposed to marvel at the matter. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they, right? The Most High is watching this happening, man. The Most High is watching this. This is all going up on Esau's tab. Esau has a heavy price to pay. But his tab still has to go up. There's still room on his tab, right? The Most High isn't going to cash out yet. There's still things he has to do. There are still Jakes he has to kill, right? But let's continue on.
I have 2 twin girls, 15-month-old, that cannot be in shelters and in homes around everybody else because she was injured at the hospital. So she just got off a heart medication. The devil is a liar. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, without a fight, we better come together and we better stick together and we better raise up and we better sound the alarm. Why? Because they are trying to kill us. And for all of those that are looking from the outside, what's going on in Texas, be soon because they coming near to you. In California, they're already talking about rolling blackouts in different parts of the state.
She's right. This is coming to a neighborhood near you, Jake. Right? This is an isolated incident now, but pretty soon, disaster is gonna happen all across this land. There's gonna be no food on the shelves. A famine is coming. All right, famine is coming. I forgot who said it, but they said society is 3 meals away from a total collapse, or maybe it's at 1 meal, right? If you tell people as a society, hey, we don't know where your next meal is coming from, people will panic, right? It'll be chaos. But this is coming to America. It's here. We're watching it right now. We're watching it on the news. We're watching it on our social media. We're watching uh we're watching Texas fall apart, right? Their logistics system fall apart. They can't get food and water in. They can't get gas in, right? People are not allowed to leave. That's madness. Who are you to tell me where I can't go? But hey, this man decrees unrighteous decrees, man. We know the tools of the devil, man. We know how he works. We know how he operates through the spirit, man. And Thawari Yahweh Shim Yahushai for this wisdom. Because we see right through the devil and their tactics, man. There's nothing that they can hide from us. Because the Most High will reveal it to us eventually. Right?
They're already talking about rolling blackouts, okay? So I'm telling you right now, Pizza Hut don't even have enough. I went to Pizza Hut yesterday, ordered 30 pizzas so we could feed the people in the hotel rooms. The hotels are price gouging. I went outside and talked to a person that was leaving. I said, did your power come back on? They said, no, but we can't stay here. We paid $1,000 in 5 days for a room that allowed people to come out and let their dogs poop and urinate. It's unsafe. And the warming centers...
Yeah, and they're price gouging for real, for real. Not just in hotels. It's like I said, it's supply and demand. If you have a hotel and you're either the last hotel in your city with rooms, it's gonna sell out. So what people do when they agree, they raise the prices, right? They raise the prices, and it's not just greed though. What Esau likes to do too is make things expensive to keep Jake out. Right? To keep Jake out. But Esau's a filthy one, man. Esau's a filthy one. If you ever go to a public bathroom behind an Edomite, man, you better wait 10 minutes, man.
Let me say this in closing. The warming centers that they're telling everybody that they can go to, the warming centers are asking you, have you been vaccinated? Oh, and one more thing.
Ooh. The tools of the devil, man. People are freezing to death, and you're worried about a I'm not even gonna say it because they struck my last video. You're worried about stabbing somebody in the arm, and people are freezing to death. And let me ask this: all right, since it's cold out, does that mean COVID numbers are gonna skyrise? It's freezing. There's no insulation in these houses. Does that mean these numbers are gonna skyrise? Because they've been at a steady decline since after the election. You see how they politicized it, right? And now the election's over, it's starting to go away. It's starting to go away. But they're still pushing you to get stabbed in your arm twice. Some even talking about 3 times. Stab you in your arm, man. For what?
Forget this. You know how we've been made to stand in lines, even in freezing temperature where your skin is falling off, where you are developing hypothermia within 5 to 10 minutes, okay? We are made to stand outside because we can't go inside the stores all collectively because of COVID, but we can all gather together in the warming centers. We can gather together. We can do that there. We can gather together in the hotel rooms. That's not a problem. But you know why you can't gather?
You need to gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Yeah, these are unrighteous decrees, man. These are unrighteous decrees. And one mayor in Texas said, only the strong survive, the weak shall perish, or something like that. Something along those lines. Right? Basically saying, yo, stop asking us for stuff. Right? This place is through, man. If you're a leader of a society, if you're in charge, you're supposed to protect the people, man. That's what Moses did. Right? That's what King David did. King Solomon. These are what righteous men did. But we are under the rulership of the wicked. The wicked. Not just wicked people. the wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. These are the people we depend on for food, clothing, shelter, electricity, gas, oil. The wicked. And they tell you oil is running out. They tell you these oils and cars are polluting the atmosphere. It's not true, man. Oil is a renewable resource.
Inside of Walmart, and you got to stand in those long lines, because even in the midst of all of this, they still got CDC officials fining the people if they are over capacity. They still want the 6 feet rule in place. They still want a pandemic. They trying to kill us out here.
And that's crazy too. If the CDC is out there for real, where are they staying at? Are they staying in hotels? Are they taking on space that the residents need just so they could decree unrighteous decrees? This place has to go. It has to go. I'm tired of seeing Jake die on TV. I'm tired of seeing homosexuals on TV. I'm tired of hearing these sob stories, man. I'm tired of eating trash food. I'm tired of eating poisonous water, or drinking poisonous water. Right? This place has to go. There's no way around it.
If you want to see the information, because I want y'all to share this. You know, I know everybody got a microwave mentality. They want you to say what they want you to say in 5 minutes or less. So here go your 5 minutes. Share that. Share that. Tell them Dr. Tawana Worlds is in Texas, live on the ground, been delivering food and blankets and everything else. We ain't got no generators. People that have been using gas generators, guess what? They don't have no gas. So that means more people will freeze. And the National Guard is supposed to be coming through to do welfare checks. Do you know how high the death rate will go up once they do the welfare checks? Now, if I show y'all these next videos and these next pictures that I'm getting ready to show y'all, and you see that the way stuff is frozen in their house, if you don't believe that people is dead in there, there's something wrong with you. I'm telling you right now. I'm asking you right now. This is bigger than black or white or red and blue and politics and Dems.
She's right. This is bigger than all of that. What we're witnessing is good versus evil. But the good don't want to be good. The good want to follow what the evil says to do. Right? And you'll never get delivered like that, man. The one thing Jake has not tried in this captivity is turning to the Lord. So why not give that a try to see if it works? Why continue to poison yourself with pork, shellfish, nonsense like that? Why continue to be adulterers, thieves, murderers? Why not choose righteousness and become a literal king, man, a god? Psalms 82:6 says that we are gods, as it is written, man. And man, why not choose that, man? Why not choose immortality instead of dying in this poisonous, this wicked flesh, man? That's gonna just turn to dust. All right.
Unless this is bigger than that. This is bigger than that. And I have been sounding the alarm and warning the people for quite some time, but now it's here upon us. Too late for shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Now it's time for us to do something for one another. It's time for us to come together, build our own stuff.
That's not the time for that. This is not our rest, man. Let's go to Micah 2:8. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Alright? A sword destruction, right? It's a horrible death, right? It doesn't mean a bullet to the head, right? It means it's a horrible death. Freezing to death is a sword destruction. Freezing to death in your own home. Imagine that. You're in your house, you pay your bills, right? But they still decide to cut your power off to save other people. Why aren't Jake gotta realize the time is not the time to come together in that sense. It is time to come together, but as Israelites, not as so-called blacks people and Spanish people, not as Hispanics, not as Native Americans, but as Gadites, Levites, Judites, Simeonites, man. Come together as Israelites, man. This place is killing us with a sword destruction. But again, instead of turning to the Lord, you rather just come together. Like, who are we, man? We are worms, man.
Ain't got no food. They put a red flag yesterday and said after all the snow melt, then they'll assess the damage. We ain't got no food, y'all. There ain't no water. There ain't no clean water. They say boil the water, but how can you boil the water with no power? How can you boil the water if you're using gas appliances to stay warm? How could you boil the water? They trying to kill us, y'all. I'm telling y'all, share it with everybody. Where's Beyonce? Where's all these people? Where's all these Black Lives Matter? Where all they at? Tag them, please. Do something.
You see? It's not funny, but it's funny. You see who Jake's gods are? Who they're crying out to? Beyonce? You're crying out to Beyonce to save you in this situation? Beyonce? You're crying out to Black Lives Matters in this situation? It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. Why not turn to your power, man? Let me go to Isaiah 48. Isaiah 48 and 18. O that thou hadst hearkened to my commandments, then had thy peace been as a river, and thy righteousness as waves of the sea. If we would listen to the commandments, we would be at peace, man. At peace. Right? Jake don't realize what peace is because we're constantly going through it in our minds. Right? There's always something going on. Right? It's always something. It's always something. Whether it be financial, whether it just be mental, health-wise. It's always something going on. We're never at peace, man. Because this is not our rest. If this is not our rest, how can you be at peace? Let me go to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. If you're above all nations of the earth, you're not going to be begging for Black Lives Matter to come save you, man. You're not going to be begging Beyonce to save you. Beyonce is a high level witch, man. She probably helped cast a spell to put this harp shit on you guys.
Tag Joe Biden. Tag all of them. Tag Kamala. Tag everybody. Tag all of these officials that got us divided against one another while they in their warm houses and people are dying.
They got you, and you fell right into their trap. Oh, one of their biggest trap is that television, right? It got you crying out to Beyonce, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Black Lives Matter, celebrities, because of that television in your house, man. That's Jake's God right there, man. Whatever the TV says to do, they do it. But when God says stop eating pork, it's a fucking problem. Stop committing adultery, it's a problem. I don't get it. I do get it. I do get it. The Most High has blinded our people. But then it's so blatant. It's so blatant, man, that I don't get it, man. That's the thing, too, man. We're dealing with a power, man, a living power, all right? You gotta think of on a small scale, on a minute scale. If let's say if you had a ball of electricity that was able to talk and had consciousness, right? People will worship it and do whatever it says because they don't want the electricity to shock them. All right? That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a living, conscious being, man, a supreme being that created us. And we refuse to listen to his laws. And now we're in this position that we can get out of just by following the law, statutes, and commandments. But we refuse to do it. Who are we? Who are we not to listen to the Most High, man? Who are we not to listen to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai? Who are we, man? Jake gotta realize the power we're dealing with, man.
Yes. This was a planned. This was planned. And the reason why we without power is not because the storm put the power out. The reason why we are without power is because they choose and pick and choose who gonna get power so that they can save their grid. Ain't that something? So you would rather die to save your grid. Well, it could be worse. If the whole grid go out, it could be worse. Everybody could.
You know what's crazy too? They're in hotels. If they cut the power to the hotels, instead of rooms powering up, they could power houses. Because these people in the hotels are probably using as much power as they did at home. So instead of closing down the power to 1,000 houses, you could just cut the power to 3 hotels. Well, maybe not 3 hotels, maybe like 5 if they had 200 rooms each. Let's say 10. You cut the power to 10 hotels, and people will probably not die. But this is an attack. This is war. You got to realize who your enemy is and who are your allies. These brothers on the highways and byways, these brothers putting these lessons up on YouTube. These are your allies, you so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. These are the people that's trying to save your life, or trying to tell you how to save your life, man. Not only your life, but your soul, man. But you refuse to hearken. You refuse to hearken. Let's see some of the curses. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. You have been overtaken by the curse, right? The sword is a curse, right? Esau is a curse. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Right? You in the city or the suburbs, you're cursed in Texas right now, right? Your home is supposed to be your sanctuary, your place of peace, right? Your kingdom. But you're freezing. There's no food. There's no water. There's no electricity. Cursed, man. Cursed. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. Oh, man. The Lord Yahweh shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. It's part of the curse, man. The Lord, Deuteronomy 8:22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, um, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. The sword is part of the curse. All right, and if we go to Psalms 17, Psalm 17 and 13, arise, O Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the wicked, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is the sword of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is not going to come down here, take off a belt and spank you. No. He's not going to get his hands dirty. You see mafia bosses in movies, they don't perform hits themselves. They send people under them to go perform the hit. That's what the Most High did. He sent Esau to judge you jakes, man. To bring judgment upon you guys, man. And you still begging them for help from Beyonce? Beyonce. Beyonce. Oh, man.
It'd be in dark. But you know what? Let's take that chance. Because it's going to get a whole lot worse. That you guys kill people on your watches. You kill people. I'm signing up for lawsuits. I'm telling y'all need to stay tuned, follow me, because I'm reporting everything. I'm reporting everything. I'm going to risk whatever, my life, whatever, to report everything. People going to know the truth. So I'm asking y'all to share this long and wide. Pray.
The lawsuits won't go nowhere. Alright? She's not gonna go to court and sue who? You're gonna sue Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for not speaking out? You're gonna sue Beyonce for not sending a tweet or something? Turn back to the Lord, Jake. It's still not too late. It is still not too late to turn to the Lord right now. Right? Put down the shrimp and lobster, man. Right? Pick up the Bible, man. Learn who you are. Stop calling yourself black. Stop calling yourself Mexican. Stop calling yourself Brazilian, right? We are Israelites, man. We are the chosen people of the Most High. But we act like peasants. We act like the wicked. I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Salakia for running this long. I don't know how long it is, but Salakia. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Shalom and Abad Babal.